What's up, YouTube world? This is Guy Bill Ball, the Farm Filler, back with another video. First of all, I want to thank God for giving me an opportunity. Next, I want to thank y'all for the support y'all showing for the channel. Guess what? It's Cultivating Tuesday, man. So we're back with another great video. And on today's video, we finna talk about the dream. And on the introduction video, on Cultivating Tuesday, I told y'all that this every first of the month that we're gonna talk about dream, gift, purpose, and time. That's something that God gave us all. So the most important thing that I feel like through my years of living on this earth is the most important thing of all is your dream. And so through my dream, it's a journey. You know, my childhood dream was to be a farmer. I can remember growing up as a kid, going through elementary school, and around the first part of starting school every year, we always had teachers ask the question of what you want to be. And so every year they would ask that question. It was always a farmer. And so through that process of being a farmer, I always kept myself in position being around farming through my dad. My dad worked on a farm as a farm manager. So that's where I got my first initial exposure to farming, is through my dad's job. And growing up from a kid, being able to hang out with my dad going to work, I was just so fascinated with tractors. Anytime I got a chance to go to work with my dad, it gave me an opportunity to be around tractors, even if they were not in the field. I can remember just going, it was raining outside. The guy, my dad worked for Mr. Dick Canoe, he had a trucker coming also. And on Saturdays, when we got out of school, even when school was in, on Saturday, Dad would go service the trucks on the weekend when the trucks came in. So I would go to work on Saturdays with my dad. I'd be so excited because guess what? My dad working on trucks, it gave me an opportunity to be in the shop, sitting in the cab of the tractor and just using my imagination like I'm plowing. But also hanging out with my dad, it gave me the opportunity to learn how to service big trucks, work on wire fence because they also had cattle. But I just got exposed to so much at a young age of just want to be a farmer, being around a farm and want to be a farmer. It just gave me so much ahead of life. So that's why it ain't no doubt in my mind, the most important thing that God gives us is a dream. So through the process, I got to studying one guy in the Bible with Joseph. Joseph had a dream, and he's told his brother. Then he turned around and told his father, as he had the same two different dreams. And he told his father and his brother, and it caused a problem. But the deal was, Joseph believed in his dream so much. One day when they was out, around he was 17 years old, they was out tending his dad's sheep and cattle. I can't remember which one. I think sheep, but either way it go, all the brothers out doing a job. So his dad sent him out and to go check on him. And just through the dream that he told him about, it caused a little problem for him, and they ended up selling him in slavery. And they put him in a pit, and they got a little jealous of him. And they told his when they got back home, they told his dad that they found his jacket and they killed a sheep and put blood on it. So his father thought maybe something bad happened to him, like a wild animal had killed him. But lo and behold, even going through the process of they were jealous of him and they put him in the pit. He never let the dream, what he went through, stop him from the dream that God had gave him. So through the process, God gave us all of a dream. So there's no doubt in my mind, we was all created with a purpose. So I'm just a firm believer in God. So you sitting there watching the video, God knew this day, this time that I would be doing what I'm doing right now from creation. And so with this YouTube channel, I'm just reaching back and trying to encourage and try to pull so many people to their destination, try to identify their gift and to identify their purpose. But through that process, what I learned in life to be doing what I'm doing right now, it all started with my dream on being a farmer.
So my dream drove me to the point that when my dad got ready to go to work on Saturdays, I never had an alarm clock in my room. I would just naturally just wake up before my dad, and I would hear him getting up, and I would be laying in the bed with my eyes open. He would stick his head in the door just to see what I was up. And he told me one time, he said, I'll never wake you up to go to the farm with me. If you want to go to work for yourself, you got to learn how to get up. So my mom and dad never bought me an alarm clock as long as I can remember. I would just naturally just get up and be laying in bed when daddy stuck his head in the door, and he would say, all right, get up, put clothes on. So that's from 5 years old all the way up, in my teenage years. I was just so fascinated with farming. He never woke me up, not one time. And so it didn't make no difference how tired I was the next day. I was right up, no alarm clock needed. So, but one thing I want to talk about on this first few minutes on the dream, I wish I had known this as a kid on how to document stuff, and really didn't understand. So, and the Bible said about 2 and 2, you got to write the vision. So the power of writing a vision is so strong. Whatever you want to do in life, your dream, you need to write it down. It's not a definite thing until you write it down. But you can have that dream in your heart and your mind so strong that you really don't need to document it. But if you document it on a sheet of paper and you start looking at it, it just shifts a lot of things in life. And right now with the technology we have right now, with phone, computers, laptops, school, that you can research your dream, your journey that you're trying to go. But everybody's dream is different. Everybody's journey is different. So the thing is about your dream, it's gonna take you through some things in life that God uses to purify you. He used it to give you discipline. He used it also to teach you how to manage. And before God elevates you in life, you got to learn how to elevate. You got to learn how to not elevate, but you got to learn how to manage other people's time. You got to learn how to manage other people's money. And you got to have responsibility, so that's where jobs come in place. Jobs are good to a certain point. Jobs have limitations, but your gift that God gave you from birth, you can take it anywhere in the world. But the thing is, to refine your gift, you have to follow your dream. And that's the part of the dream, it's the journey, man. It's so much stuff that you're gonna go through to follow your dream that God given you from birth. It's just, sometimes it's overwhelming, and a lot of people give up on their dream because the journey is so tough and hard. So it's not gonna be an easy journey, but if it's God given to you, you will be willing to put those difficult times through it all. You'll be able to put those difficult times to a side, and you push through it to get to the next level. It's not always gonna be that. It's not always gonna be hard, but it's not always gonna be easy. It's those things that you go through in life is helping you to get to your purpose. So the biggest thing I'm gonna leave with y'all on this little short video, I'm gonna challenge y'all. If a kid tell y'all that they wanna do, it don't make no difference what it is, get them to write it down. And then you can use that, what they write down on a sheet of paper, to mentor, to educate, and you can lead them in the direction that they need to go to help them to get their education, to help them focus on, because that's what they told you they wanted to do. And so there are rules, there are principles, there are laws, there are structure, there are discipline, there's management. It's just through the process that you got to go through. There's no way around it. So as I studied the story of Joseph, we're gonna talk about that more, but I just had to bring in just a little bit of that story into this video, because Joseph's dream was a very strong dream at the age of 17 when he was telling to his father and his brother. And but the journey that he had to get to that point from the dream that he saw, there's a lot of hardship in there. But one thing I did notice about that whole time I've been reading the story of Joseph, he never complained. He never complained about what he went through. From being thrown in the pit. I never saw in the Bible where he complained about being thrown in the pit, or I never saw about him complaining when they sold him into slavery. And so, even though his brother did that, I never saw not one time where he complained. So, growing up as a child, being a farmer, I never complained about getting up. I never complained about going out there and sweeping the shop. And one of the challenging things I did do when I was about 15 years old, I got my first summer job, and it was connected to doing farm work. And the supervisor that was running the job at the time had me go outside with a hoe and chop grass out of rock parking lot. And it was something that really bothered me a lot, but I never complained, but I never did understand what I was going through. But going through that process, I was chopping the rocks, and then one of the guys that worked at the place, older guy, about an hour or so later, as I got through chopping the rocks, grass out the rocks, he came through with a tractor and sprayed the whole parking lot. And man, at 15 years old, I was a pretty wild kid. Man, that really pissed me off. And I came back, and the guy that I worked with at the time, I was riding work for him, and he kind of encouraged me. He said, "Man, that's crazy," and I was really upset. He said, "Man, don't pay that no attention." And he gave me some encouraging words. He said, "Man, that guy just like that," and it just, it really tested me. But the next day, I was able to put it to the side and to continue to do my job. But it was challenging to go out there to at 15 years old and don't understand it. And what really bothered me more, it didn't make sense. But I told my dad about it, and he said, whatever people ask you to do in life, if it don't kill you, if it don't hurt you, just do it, and just do it with a good attitude and kill people like that with kindness. So the valuable lesson I learned out of it, it just taught me how to manage my emotion. It taught me not to let it show, that it don't make no difference what you do, you still not gonna determine and kill my dream. And so I could have quit that job because he had me chopping in the rock, but I wouldn't have made no money that summer. But it would have took me away from being around farm equipment. It would have took me away from being around what I love. So I went through it, and that whole summer job, it was a lot of challenge, but I overcame it. But the deal was, I learned a lot about myself, and I learned a lot about people. And people are gonna do things to test you. And so God, you allow certain things to happen. God allows certain things to happen to test you, or to see if you learn how to control your emotion, to see if you're gonna let certain things deter you away from your calling or the thing that you want to do in life. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. But before I get off here, the power of writing down. This is a blueprint of the house that we live in right now. And in this blueprint, there was a thought when we got ready to build a house. My wife had an idea of what she wanted, how the house wanted to look and all that stuff. Talk about the kids, how big the rooms and stuff that she wanted to have. And so she got to look around, found a blueprint. I have a guy at work that draws a blueprint. And so once she got us plans and stuff together, took it to him, and he started putting stuff down on paper. And then guess what? Whatever thought she had in her mind, he put it on the sheet of paper. So, and this blueprint here. You got floor plans. You got your foundation plans. You got your electrical plan. You got, you know, the structural plan. You got your outside elevation, your roof pitch, and all that stuff. So this is our life and our dream. So the most powerful thing that we can do in life, you got to write it down, man. It's not a plan until you start writing. And when you start writing, God will start guiding you in the direction you want to go. And so I encourage somebody today that got a child or anybody they know that don't have their dreams wrote down. I encourage you to write it down. And so if I was saying Habakkuk 2 and 2 again, said write the vision and make a plan. And when you do that, you're starting to see a change in your life. And not just write it down, you need to put it somewhere that you can see it every single day. So I really didn't start writing until 2018. And once I started writing, I put it in my phone. My phone is with me all the time. And I look at my notes and stuff pretty much 2-3 times a day. Sometimes I get a little sidetracked, I don't do it. But the things that I started writing, I started seeing things change in my life. And so I hope y'all enjoyed this little short video on the dream. But on the next month, we'll continue with the dream and we'll continue with the journey and how my dream led me to my gift and how my dream led me to my purpose and how my dream helped me manage my time. So thanks for watching and we'll see y'all in the next video.